In this demonstration, we will be covering the replacement parts for the Model D-1 pressure-operated relief valve. The Model D-1 PORV is used in the conventional trim for our standard deluge and pre-action systems. It is also used in the trim for the G4000 dry pipe valve. The D-1 PORV, when used in the conventional trim of our standard deluge and pre-action systems, is used to continuously vent off the priming water supply when the system has been activated to prevent premature resetting of the deluge valve. The D-1 PORV is also used on the G4000 dry pipe valve and on our pre-action fire cycle systems to continuously vent off the air supply after the system has been activated. The replacement parts offered for the D-1 PORV can be found in Viking's replacement parts book or on the technical data sheet. The most current information can be found on the replacement parts book or technical data sheet on our website. The D-1 PORV has a maintenance kit available for the replacement parts. The parts included in the maintenance kit are the spring, the diaphragm, the cover screws, the support, the push rod, the jam nut, and the washer. Each of these parts are offered individually as well. To remove the cover, remove each of the screws. With the cover now removed, you can remove the jam nut first by inserting a flathead screwdriver into the bottom of the push rod. While holding the push rod in place, you can now use the socket wrench to remove the jam nut on the top of the PORV. With the jam nut now removed, you can remove the washer, the diaphragm, the support, the spring, and the push rod from the PORV. To install the new parts into the D-1 PORV, start by installing the spring into the body, followed by the support onto the spring, then the diaphragm onto the support. The washer onto the diaphragm, at this point, you will now want to install the push rod into the bottom of the body, pushing it through till it comes up through the top of the washer, and hand thread the jam nut onto the push rod. Now, in order to keep the holes lined up with the diaphragm with the body, when tightening down the jam nut, at this point replace the cover and line up the holes, and hand thread each of the cover screws partially into the body. This will make sure that when you are tightening up the jam nut, that the holes do not get misaligned. To tighten up the jam nut, you will once again need to place the flathead screwdriver onto the push rod, using a socket wrench to tighten up the jam nut. Once this has been accomplished, you can now retighten the cover screws onto the cover.
Okay.
This concludes our demonstration for the Model D-1 pressure-operated relief valve.